Alexa, what's the weather? If you've heard this phrase before, you've probably heard of Internet of Things. This technology already exists and it's already a big part of our lives. However, not that many people know how this technology could impact them. My name is Rodrigo, and today I'll be diving a little bit in the world of IoT. What is Internet of Things? Well, IoT is a system of interconnected computing devices and digital machines. You can think of it as a web of connected devices which are able to communicate and interact without human interaction. Take your home, for example. Let's say you have a smartphone, an Amazon Alexa, a smart TV, or even a smart thermostat. IoT enables these devices to communicate and function together as a network. So, what are a few benefits of this technology? First would be efficiency. An increase in connectivity means a decrease in the amount of time normally spent performing the same tasks. Let's use Amazon as an example. Their warehouses are filled with robots that transport packages to and from their shelves, while a system in the cloud, sort of like an air traffic control, coordinates the route of every robot across the floor. Thanks to this increase in efficiency, we're able to take advantage of one-day shipping, for example. Another example is self-driving cars. Humans are terrible drivers, and technology, such as smartphones, are just another distraction that makes it even worse. Self-driving vehicles would create a network of cars that communicate and coordinate themselves, eliminate the need for traffic lights, and reducing traffic or even accidents to virtually zero. Another benefit is convenience. Smart appliances are becoming very popular in American homes. Smart fridges, Amazon Alexas, smart doorbells, and thermostats are a few examples of IoT devices that make our lives easier by automating and customizing experiences based on the user's behavior. This level of customization reduces waste and removes friction between consumers and products. Smart thermostats, for example, are able to create a thermal profile of your home and adjust according to this information, reducing energy consumption and improving the user experience. Lastly, is conservation. Smart cities are also on the rise, and IoT developers are devising ways to use IoT technology to monitor city conditions such as traffic, air quality, and electricity usage. Doing so can assist city planners as well as residents to come up with solutions to current issues. A perfect example of that is San Diego, California. Approximately 4,200 intelligent sensors are being installed in the city to transform streetlights and traffic lights into smart infrastructure. All of this is helping the city to improve traffic, make better use of electricity, and improve overall quality of life. This technology is enabling power plants, for example, to better regulate the production rate and distribution of electricity according to demand. Smart traffic lights can adjust dynamically according to the data being collected in real time over the streets and reduce traffic congestion. This all seems too good to be true, and it is. Safety and privacy are a huge concern for IoT. A network of connected devices will inevitably create security and privacy issues. These multi-connected devices are able to capture vast amounts of data on the individual level, which can be very personal and sensitive. This would mean tech companies will have access to an unprecedented level of personal data which simply wasn't achievable before with just our smartphones. Smart devices in our homes are like a group of sensors monitoring our routines and learning how we live our lives. Data and complexity is also another big concern. Like previously mentioned, IoT devices are able to generate countless bytes of data, which is not even close to the scale of data we have available today. Such immense scale means greater complexity, which in turn means greater vulnerability for data breaches and misuse. Think of it as a remote control. A remote control with only 3 buttons is pretty easy to use and doesn't involve any complex operations such as picture-in-picture. A remote control with 20 buttons, however, opens the door for confusion and misuse. It quickly becomes hard to perform simple tasks such as lowering or raising the volume without looking at the remote control for multiple times. Another factor is awareness. Privacy became a major concern after many infringements from tech companies like Facebook became public. Such issues were caused by the lack of public awareness. When people signed up for their Facebook accounts in 2012, they weren't aware that their data would once become an asset. Devices such as Amazon's Alexa may seem harmless, but most people are not aware of the data it is collecting and using from millions of homes across the globe. This is great news for advertising companies, which will now be able to better place you as a consumer based on a more fine-tuned map of your desires. This picture shows a real example of issues with IoT. This is a heat map of fitness activity collected by Strava, which is a fitness tracking application. Similar data is also collected by wearable devices such as Apple Watches and other wearables. The circles on the image represent military bases on Afghanistan that have been exposed by millions of GPS data points collected that represent physical activity, probably from military drills around the bases. So, what are a few ways we can make sure this technology is ready? First is to ensure development environments and protocols are in place to guarantee the ethical use of the technology, as well as safe ways to implement applications. Second, implement a governance framework to regulate the technology. This will ensure tech companies can't misuse the data collected on the users and hold them accountable. Third, educate consumers about the technology and enabling them to opt out from certain features or simply enabling them to understand the benefits and risks of the technology has to offer and weigh themselves. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about IoT. This technology is here to stay, and it's up to us to make sure it's going in the right direction.